Today is CCNA 200-301 Day 10, and where we are going to be describing Cisco wireless architectures and AP modes. In an autonomous architecture, each AP operates independently. They have their own configurations, management interfaces, and make their own decisions. AP stands for access point, and they're suitable for small deployments or environments where only a few APs are required. Each AP must be configured and managed individually, typically through a GUI or CLI. So, yes, that's about it. They each operate on their own, and they have their own configurations. They make their own decisions, and there's no central brain that's going to be like configuring them all at the same time. This is standalone architecture. Next is unified architecture, which is controller-based. In a unified architecture, APs, called lightweight access points or LAPs, are managed centrally by a wireless LAN controller, WLC. So, APs communicate with the WLC using the control and provisioning of wireless access points or CAP-WAP protocol. The WLC handles configuration, management, and policy enforcement. So it simplifies the management, improves the scalability, and allows for more advanced features like seamless roaming, which is where, say you're at a mall, a mall is far too big for one access point to cover the whole thing. So there's many access points spread like throughout the mall, and say you're using the mall's Wi-Fi, when you walk from say one store to the other store, and that's on the other side of the mall, throughout while you were walking, each access point was like roaming basically, where it just picked up your signal and then it would leave you, and then the other one would take it, and it seemed as if you never disconnected, and you didn't, because each access point was taking care of you at a time, but you were switching access points, and that's called seamless roaming. And then there's also helps with load balancing and radio frequency management. Cloud-based architecture is managed through the cloud services. This architecture allows for centralized management and control through the cloud. The components are cloud controllers, such as something called a Cisco America. I think that's past exam objectives, but if you're curious, that's what it's called. And cloud managed APs. So the operation is that the APs connect to the cloud controller, which provides a web-based interface for configuration and management. The use cases when there's distributed environments or where ease of management and scalability are critical. Benefits are it simplifies deployment, provides real-time updates, and offers advanced analytics and monitoring. Converged access fabric architecture. This is an architecture that integrates wireless and wired networks, allowing APs to be managed by a switch. The components are Cisco Catalyst switches, which are integrated with wireless controllers and access points. The operation is it provides a simplified deployment and management by converging the wireless and wired network layers. Use case is it's suitable for environments where integrated management of wired and wireless networks are desired. The benefits are it reduces infrastructure complexity, offers enhanced security and policy enforcement, and provides unified management. Local mode. This is the default mode for CAP-WAP based APs. In this mode, the AP maintains a tunnel to the WLC for all client data traffic. The use case would be standard deployments where APs need to be managed by a WLC. And features is this supports advanced features like RF management, seamless roaming, and centralized security policies. Flex Connect mode, or H-REAP, is where it allows access points to switch client data traffic locally without sending it back to the WLC when the AP is connected to a remote site. Use case would be in branch offices or remote locations within WAN connectivity to the central site. So with WAN connectivity, not within. Features are it provides local authentication, local switching, and maintains connection to the WLC for control traffic. Monitor mode is APs do not serve clients, but instead monitor the air for rogue devices, interference sources, and other security threats. The use case would be it's used for security and network health monitoring. Features would be it's dedicated to scanning all channels and providing detailed RF analysis or radio frequency analysis. Sniffer mode. APs capture and forward 802.11 traffic to a remote machine running packet analysis software like Wireshark. The use case would be it's used for advanced troubleshooting and packet analysis, and features are it captures traffic on specific channels and forwards it to an analysis tool. Rogue detector mode is where access points monitor for rogue devices by listening to wired network traffic. Use case would be for security to identify unauthorized APs connected to the network. This works by correlating wired and wireless MAC addresses. Bridge mode for access points is APs operate as a wireless bridge connecting two or more networks together. The use case would be it's used for point-to-point or point-to-multipoint wireless connections. The features are that it extends the wireless network wirelessly, suitable for connecting buildings or remote areas. Flex plus bridge mode combines flex, connect, and bridge modes, allowing APs to provide client access while also connecting remote networks. Use case would be ideal for complex environments where the remote networks need to be interconnected and provide local client access. Features are it supports local switching and bridging capabilities. SE Connect mode is special mode for spectrum analysis used to identify sources of RF interference. So it's used for detailed radio frequency analysis and troubleshooting. The features are that APs dedicate their resources to spectrum analysis. Alright, that was it. Now let's get to the practice questions. Which Cisco wireless architecture involves managing access points through a wireless LAN controller? A, B, C, or D? The answer is B, unified architecture. In which AP mode do access points capture and forward 802.11 traffic to a remote machine running packet analysis software? The answer is C, stiffer mode. Which AP mode allows APs to switch client data traffic locally without sending it back to the WLC, making it suitable for branch offices? A, B, C, or D? The answer is B, Flex Connect mode. You know this stuff if it's going to show up on your exam, so make sure you do a lot of practice questions. Free source is in the description below. That's what I used. It helped a lot, and if you're willing to pay money, you can get better sources like Buzzon, XSIMs, and stuff like that. But my whole advice is take a lot of practice questions. Thanks for watching. If you like this series, like, comment, and subscribe.